Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Well, this is a very unusual video, and it's a shout out to Bo. Now, Bo's one of those people who's been in the Loving Life family for years and years and years. In fact, probably from the very start. And every day, without fail, he sends me probably between 5 to 12 emails about things from his perspective. And he's got a very interesting perspective on things that are happening in South Africa. And he sent me this email, which really needs to be put out there and published. And the reason I'm saying this is because just a few weeks ago, you might recall the mainstream media in South Africa were targeting the Cornwall Hill School or Cornwall Hill College, because they claimed, by association with the students, that it was a racist organization. Now, one thinks that when kids are going to school, they should be concentrating on their education, their future, because these are the building stones for their life ahead. But no, what's happening in South African schools today, including private schools, is they're becoming highly politicized. In fact, many of the private schools in South Africa today now have Black Lives Matter organizations within their ranks. How divisive is that? This is the reality of the modern South Africa and what they're allowed to get away with. Let's get back to the Cornwall Hill College. Here's the email that Bo sent me. Okay, it starts off and it says, "Good morning, Leon." Now, I guess Leon is the principal of the Cornwall Hill College. And he says, "I note that your institution has an enviable reputation insofar as academic overachievement is concerned." And you can see here with the matric results, it was a 96.4% BD pass, or entrance to university degree courses, 329 distinctions from 139 candidates, average of 2.4 distinctions per pupil. That's pretty good. Got to tell you, that's pretty good. 81% of all marks achieved were 60% or above. 73% of all candidates achieved one or more distinctions. Now, once again, that is pretty exceptional. That's nearly 3/4 of the people who wrote matric at the Cornwall Hill College got a distinction. And if we read on, Bo says the numbers speak for themselves. Cornwall Hill College's 2020 matric results: 96.4% BD pass, entrance to university degree, 329 distinctions, 100% pass rate, 100% pass rate, 96% with university entrance, and 134 matric pupils. So every single one of their 134 students in matric at this so-called media-labeled racist school passed. So they are set, one would think, with their careers in the future. Now, the reason I'm talking about the 100% pass is because I went to Michael House, which is a top boarding school in KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. And in the year that I wrote my matric, which was 1973, they did not have a 100% pass, because yours truly failed his year 12 or matric. And the subject I failed was Afrikaans. And the reason I failed Afrikaans was because I'd come from East Africa. I was in a very English state, which is KwaZulu-Natal. Afrikaans was not spoken in the school, so I had very little interaction with Afrikaans. But the next year I went on one of these crash courses and luckily passed my Afrikaans that year. But let's continue with Bo's email. He says, "Given the onerous dictates in which we all have to suffer, I am left wondering if your college doesn't have an open admissions policy. This said, academic underachievers are summarily pushed ahead and the scorecard creates the incorrect impression that ostensibly makes Cornwall Hill the enviable choice. Personally, I don't think we have a Gordonstown or Lycée Henry IV in the making. I speak from a position of strength, as I had the unfortunate experience of having to work with an academic overachiever whose insufferable demeanor created untold issues for the commercial enterprise that we were serving. Such was his negative influence that the damage made still has a residual impact now, a decade later. My personal view is that many of the people pictured are not going to find gainful employment in the formal sector, and even fewer are going to trailblaze a future wherein they become entrepreneurs that set up corporations that will serve our nation in the coming decades. That's, of course, unless they are well-connected families within the ANC cadres. Well, then they just set up tenderpreneurs and they're done and dusted for their lives. Anyway, let's continue. Bo says, I think that Cornwall Hill will invariably supply universities across South Africa with the next generation of agitators that protest and then escalate their grievances into arson attacks, as we have witnessed over the past 4 decades with the progeny of Nelson Mandela and his ilk. I think that it would be next to impossible for you to smoke these people out of your institute. Besides, many of them make a 9,000 Rand contribution to your institution every calendar month. Yes, the situation regarding the future of South Africa is not a bright one. With regards, Bo. And then he concludes by saying, note, if your students wish to fight racism, they need to look no further than the ANC, the ones who implemented a BBBEE along with race-related legislation that has irreparably harmed South Africa. And this is the final image in his email. But Bo, we're getting very close to 100,000 subscribers. Once we hit that point, I'm going to be announcing the 20 Loving Life subscribers or family members or community members to get that much sought after graphic representing the input and what they've done for the channel. And I'm just letting you know, Bo, that you are one of them. Congratulations. Please remember to subscribe to Loving Life on YouTube to be kept informed. Please remember to register on lovinglifetv.com to be kept informed. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.